Alright, guys, welcome back again. Um, so, a couple of things that we are going to talk about. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. I'm not sure. If not, just let me know. Leave it in the link. So, a couple of things that we are going to discuss today. We already know that the market's been brutally destroyed today. Um, that was a big thing. That was one of the let's see here. Let me get my stuff ready together. So we do have the market recovering a little bit. Not really recovering. Honestly, it's not that much recovering. Bitcoin at 26,000, going down about. Man, going down about close to 1,000 or 4% for the day. Um, yeah, 4% for the day. We got Ethereum coming out 1648, but 3% down. We have BNB 2%. Basically, from highest I see is 4% down for the day. Actually, 5% Solana. Ooh, Solana been destroyed in 1979 cents coming. So we see a lot of quite good crash today. If you bought the dip, um, this was huge opportunity for you. Congratulations. We did. Ooh, man, we have Filecoin. Let me see the biggest losers of the day. Let's see, last 24 hours. Whew. Man, we have we have Stacks losing. Stacks is down like 7%. XDC is down 7%. Man, I don't know why XDC is going that much down. I haven't heard any negative news about it. But anyways, XDC is 7 down. Pepe, anyways, that's a meme coin. So yeah, 7%. Um, 7% down. That is expected. I mean, who is buying Pepe anymore? Anyways, uh, yeah, 14% down for the week. You know, I mean, if you look at it, XDC, I mean, it's still 7% down, but it is 8% up for the week. So I don't think that's terrible. I don't think that's. I mean, it is bad, but it's a buying opportunity. You have stacks that the stacks is coming 7% down, only 4% up for the week, for the past 7 days. What else is down? Biggest losers. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So you see some of these are absolutely, I mean, not so bad. 7% is nothing in crypto world, but you can see it's coming down quite good. Uniswap down about 5%. Everything else is 5%. Rockable 5%, or right, Polkadot still 5%. Man, this Polkadot's been destroyed so badly, man. I don't know when was the last time it went even 10% or 20% up. Kava is down. Obviously, Kava is up when it comes to the overall market for the year. Kava is up, like close to 1,000% up. So Optimism coming to 5% down. Gala 5% down. So most of the markets is between 7 to what seven, highest 7% down. And what are the biggest gainers of the day? Obviously, Maker. Man, this thing is flying like crazy. 13% for the week. I mean, this hour is almost like 1.5% up. Look at the 11% up for the week, for the day, for the day. No idea. It absolutely hasn't budged for the day. Look at this. Yesterday it was about 1,000, and now it's like 1,160. So, yeah, yeah. Congratulations if you bought Makers for yourself. Congratulations. I have not. I missed it. I'm waiting to come back. I mean, Monero. I thought like Monero would even surpass that, but I don't surprise. I'm not surprised because it's 18 million um, coins versus less than a million for Maker, like 977,000. So yeah, it's not a big surprise. It's not a big surprise to see Maker doing that much better than all the other coins because honestly, I mean, it's 100% circulating right now, you know, and that's less than a million coins. So congratulations if you hold Maker. Let's see what is happening in. Let's see. Before we get to the BRICS nations, BRICS countries, let's check. All right. What? Any big news for crypto? All right. So listen to this. I'm not sure if you're a big fan of Cardano, but Cardano was the biggest gainers of, not price wise, obviously we know Cardano does not see huge price ups and downs. I mean only downs, relatively downs, not terrible downs, but still we don't see huge 30%, 40%, 50% less the bull market upside for Cardano. But what we see is the how it is capturing the crypto market, and it welcomes this time 250,000 new wallets. That's crazy. I mean, imagine 250,000 wallets. Yeah. Let me see. I mean, this thing adds new wallets every single day. The proof of stake chain managed to add new wallets even the face of unfavorable market conditions. I mean, the token itself is kind of losing price. What is it's trading like 25 cents right now. Let me see one more time. Let's see. We don't want that. All right. So it's currently trading 25 cents, and it went as high as $3. It is down 4% for the day, about 4% down for the week. Not good news, right? But yet, it keeps adding more wallets every single day. 250,000 wallets. People are staking it, so the proof of stake chain is adding also wallets, new wallets every single day with the price decline. So you would be thinking that people are selling because of that, but it is not. That's not what is happening, and that's not what we see. That's not what we see. Let's see. Yeah. This thing got charts to prove that it is only going up, the wallets, number of wallets. And that's what you really want to see. What is the circulation? I mean, this thing has 35 billion circulating coins, which makes about 77% of the total circulate coins are circulating. Um, the max supply is 45 billion, so it's got quite some ways to go, but it's not terrible. It's keep adding, people are keep buying, accumulating with only 25 when it is only 25 cents per coin. So imagine the bull market, all of those people are going to be in profit. I first bought Cardano at the top. Right, we see that Charles Hoskinson, talking about openly talking about NFT projects. He actually was gifted NFT projects, and he showed that to everybody. Um, yeah, everybody was thinking that Cardano is gonna go to 27, which that was a fake out. It did not reach that. It really crashed with Bitcoin today, early this morning. You know, Hoskinson is talking about the Cardano is going to surpass both Bitcoin and Ethereum. We'll see that though. We'll see that. I think a lot of people are saying the price wise it may not reach that high, but we shall see that. All right, the biggest news of the day was that the ESC or SEC, my bad, SEC, CSE, whatever, SEC delayed all of the 6 Bitcoin ETF applications. Probably no, that was not the cause of it, because it was it's not favorable news to hear that, but it really had nothing to do with the market going down today, because I think it went really early in the morning, and this news just came out after in the afternoon. So I don't think it had anything to do with the delayed ETF applications. All right, so that was one of the big news. Yeah, so nothing other than that. Nothing really crazy going on. Yep. One of the craziest thing is, like, some of these coins are in profit. Honestly, like we talked about Maker. Maker was somewhere in the $400 or $500 few months ago, somewhere in May, I think early May. Also, so Bitcoin Cash was in the hundreds, 104, not even 160, 70, 80, was trading around there a few months back. These coins are in big profit, big profit. short-term holders, long-term holders, everybody who bought Bitcoin Cash is in the profit right now. Whether they sell it or not, that's up to them. But I think after the Bitcoin halving, that thing is gonna fly, just like Bitcoin is going to fly. Unless the big whales decide to take profit and buy Bitcoin, because Bitcoin right now is a easy buy. Right. If you bought BNB in 2017 and so on, you really are in profit. You bought it somewhere in the 15 cent, and in the bull market of 2021, it reached 686. So yeah, people are making money in crypto. All right, that's all about the crypto things I'm gonna say. I'm gonna talk about. Let's see. One other thing I really wanted to talk about was the BRICS news. Let's talk about BRIC countries, man. These countries are going to make huge impact in the world news or world stage soon, right? All right, so early next year, BRICS will add 6 more new countries. I talked about this in a short video. Probably nobody's seen it. Nobody will ever see it. Anyways, nobody sees small channels. But anyways, these countries met in South Africa, and they all decided to increase their impact. And also, we talked about so many countries also wanting to join the BRICS countries, but they admitted 6 new countries into their organization, and by early or by January next year, those 6 countries will be members of the BRICS countries. Saudi Arabia, UAE, Iran, Egypt, Ethiopia, and UAE, yeah, we said that. And Argentina joined officially, and will formally join the BRICS group in currently encompassing Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Okay, its membership will continue to grow as more countries have expressed interest in joining, and the current expansion was described as the first phase, which means more phases will be after this. Further phases to follow. Was Western reporting on BRICS have been biased on. I mean, obviously they will, because they don't wanna advertise what BRICS are doing. But also the biggest countries in BRICS are either China or Russia, which the West do not want either one of those countries. They kind of want India, and they want to. The reason why they want India is, number one, India is one of the most populous countries right now in the world. I think it already surpassed China in population. It's growing economy, one of the fastest growing economy in the world. And one other reason they want in India is they want to use India against China, just like they have Ukraine on Russia in case war happens. And also India is a nuclear nation, so that's also a plan for them. Pakistan is close to um, China, which is not good news for India, and India is always wants to make sure that they are opposite of Pakistan, just to protect their interest, because each nation has an interest, and it's not something bad to safeguard your interest. Yeah, so we see a lot of the Western media not even either choosing not to talk about it or talk about it in an unfavorable way, just like, yeah, I don't think it's gonna be something. I don't think they can come up with anything important. Things like downplay the impact of the BRICS. Yeah, but when you talk about these countries they added, or they added early next year, and the whole block, which will make it 11 countries, total of 11 countries so far, the first phase. This will be about 6% of world producing country, oil producing countries, and also going to be 47% of world population. So it's not small, it's big. That will be big economy. I mean, you got China, and you got India, and you got Brazil. You kind of add Russia to that, right? Those are what produces what moves today's economy. And also in the other way, you have Argentina, you have Saudi Arabia, you have UAE, you have basically Iran. You have oil producing countries, which also will is a big part of the economy, especially the oil prices. I mean, if they choose, let's say they choose Bitcoin, uh, they want to trade on Bitcoin and make sure that it is. Let's see what they're talking about here. Let's see they choose Bitcoin, right? Or they choose the blockchain, which is an open ledger that does not lie, and it proves and it keeps every single um, transaction, and anyone can verify it, and you can go back and see the ledger at any time. I mean, we're talking about truth. We're talking about honesty. We're talking about, you know, we're talking about who needs the World Bank, you know. But they could also choose gold. I mean, they have big stacks of gold, so it all depends on what they choose, how they want to do their business with other countries or with themselves. All right. Another thing that will be big is the local currency. Right now, you can't trade. You can't use anywhere outside of that country when it comes to the local country except US dollar or maybe the euro, which both are controlled by Western powers. But if they can do transactions either importing or exporting or both in their local tender, that will also boost their local economies. So, yeah, it's a good thing. It's not a good thing for the West. It is a good thing for the countries that are trying to uh, get away from the US dollar. There's going to be some conflicts, especially that we knew that Saudi Arabia and UAE are both close allies of the West and also the United States. And I think that would be the biggest challenge for these countries is um, how they both what role they will play in their new organization and also balancing that with their allies. And it's not a small ally when it comes to Saudi Arabia and the United States or UAE and the United States. That's big in the world stage. It has a huge impact. We know they have both have something to do with um, the Yemen war, you know. So I don't know how that's gonna play out. Yeah. So whether they decide to create an alliance like the NATO, or they just say, hey, because we know Russia, what is it? China doesn't like to interfere when it comes to they don't want to use their military power when it comes to the world stage and also economically to enforce and go after their interests, but they use their economy basically to develop other countries and build relationships that way. So, will they form an alliance similar to the NATO, whatever they call it? Because you have countries that are in Asia. I mean, if you look at where Iran is, China, Russia, India, they're all the same area. So basically, that's the whole territory. So they can, yeah, they can build their own alliance similar to the NATO. And you come to Africa side or the Middle East side, you have Saudi Arabia and Egypt there. So a lot of the countries that are either part of UAE there too. So how many countries are in that region other than South America and maybe some European countries that may join that the NATO neglected? Uh, yeah, so Spain may favorably join or show interest in the bloc. So we'll see how this develops. We'll see. So if this alliance becomes something, I think we will see a lot of South American countries joining too, because they need the economic boost and they need an alliance outside of the United States manipulation around the world. You know, so we'll see. We'll see how that plays. That will be definitely interesting thing to keep an eye on. Yeah, so we have the BRICS countries, we have the countries, the 6 countries that they are adding early next year. We know that this is only first phase of that movement. Um, we know other countries are interested in joining the BRICS. What we don't know is what monetary system they're gonna use when they get away from the US dollar. What we don't know yet is if this is also going to include um, military alliance equal to NATO. What we don't know is where their border is going to be, because it looks like they're everywhere. It looks like they're in South America, Middle East. It looks like they're in Asia. Um, it looks like, so far, without even admitting, only those 11 countries would be, as we said, 60% of world population. It will, no, 47% of world population. It will be 60% of oil producing countries. Man, we're talking about something big here. We're talking about something big. So it will be interesting to see from now to January if the United States and the European allies uh, I mean win to break those countries apart, because definitely if Russia loses the Ukrainian war, that's going to be that's going to have an impact on this new alliance and organization. Secondly, if yeah, if the alliance, if new alliance or between Russia, no, between India and the United States forms, that could also damage the impact of this organization. We're looking at different areas. We're looking all of those, and what happens after that, whether they are successful in forming this new alliance or not. Yeah, let's see what else they're talking about. I mean, this is all speculations. But for now, I mean, the things that a lot of the media is focusing is really small compared to, I mean, look at China will be the one that benefits the most um, if countries decide to trade local currencies. I don't see it that way. I think every country is going to benefit from this if they use local tender when um, transactions between either the import of or the export, because that's local currency that gives a value to these devalued currencies. They losing big compare against the US dollar. And if they could only do you know use it, either buy new things or sell their own production using the local tender, that would boost the economy, the local economy. The local economy grows, that means the impact in the world stage will also increase. And they're also talking about you know that this new alliance is going to be a new war or cold war for who is going to be the superpower. The new superpower, as we know, is the United States, backed by uh, NATO right now. But and that's what I said. If they are able to form an alliance equal to NATO, these countries will be unstoppable. We're talking about India population wise, we're talking about China population wise, and also we're talking about China. It's the leader in naval ships right now. We're talking about China, a big, huge economy. Obviously, we all agree the Russian impact is being weakened by the Ukrainian war, that's gonna have not huge impact, right? We're talking about a country that we have not had of interfering other countries in the recent years. The economy was stable compared to other countries. Brazil, a superpower in South America, wherever it is located, South America, Latin America, I don't know those acronyms, but anyways, we're talking about Brazil. Brazil is stable. It does not invade its neighbors. You have no conflict, known conflict so far within the past 20 years, 30 years. We haven't seen it interfering anywhere. We haven't seen helping the NATO invade Iraq or Afghanistan or any other place. We see it. It's not part of the Ukrainian war. So it's sitting giant. Yeah, so it's going to be something to watch how the alliance in Asia connecting the oil producing nations so like Saudi Arabia, Egypt, which is a country that cannot be downplayed. Egypt is a huge power when it comes to um, Middle East, Africa. Oh my God, how about Ethiopia? Ethiopia is also huge when it comes to population. It needs a lot of resources. It's gonna have it's a super. It's gonna be super economic superpower when it comes to. It's a country that can be used to manufacture, produce goods. It's a country of 120 million people, which is going to be a huge market for any of those alliances. It's going to benefit if countries use the local tender. So I see Ethiopia play a big role also. Now, well, some of the problems, like I said, India and China could be a conflict of interest there, both joining the BRICS at the same time. Similarly, Ethiopia and Egypt joining the BRICS at the same time could also be a place to watch, because we know the relationships are not great because of the dam that Ethiopia built in the Nile. So that's also conflict of interest, and that's the reason why I'm guessing they both joined, because for neither either of those countries will get support from the United States, because the United States has an alliance with both of those countries. So it's the interest of the United States not to support one of those countries against the other. Both, so whoever, if let's say Egypt was the first one to be accepted into the BRICS, that would have had some. Let's see. Let's verify if Ethiopia is part of it. Anyways, I don't know if I said Ethiopia was part of it. Did we mention Ethiopia? Yeah, we did. So if we said Ethiopia did not join and Egypt joined, that would have had also an impact, but also it would empower the country that joined the BRICS first more than the other one. So it's interesting to see how those countries get along. It's going to be something I would watch. Other countries that we are going to watch is going to be Saudi Arabia and Iran. Both oil producing countries. One of them is allied with, has a close alliance with the United States. The other one is very far away from the United States. That's Iran. Also, Iran has close ties with Russia and China. India has close relationship with United States. Pakistan has a close relationship with China. So all of this, and also the United States, I mean, the military, Pakistani military is controlled by the United States anyways. That's something else. But anyways, those will be the places that I really, really would have watched. It will be interesting to see how all of those interest. You know what I mean? We could see countries like Algeria, Indonesia, Kazakhstan, Nigeria, Pakistan, Turkey, Vietnam be the second phase also. That would be something to watch. Yeah. So Pakistan joining again, like I said, it's better if countries that have disagreement join the same organizations, because then they can manage to set up some sort of agreement. They're not joining, and each of those countries join different alliance. And I don't know, but also what I'm watching is Turkey. Turkey is part of NATO right now. So if they accept Turkey, will Turkey also get out of the NATO? Obviously, the European Union didn't want to accept Turkey as European member or EU member. So all those will be interesting. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Yeah, yeah. It will be impossible for any of those countries to use the US dollar as a reserve currency. I do not think that would ever happen again. And they froze the Russian assets, they froze the Venezuelan assets, they froze the um, what is it, Iranian assets everywhere in Europe and United States. They see the U.S. currency as unreliable. Mm, they also did that to Sudan. They did that to Eritrea. They did that to what other countries they did that to. I mean, just imagine the unfairness that's going on. That is not something anybody can ever trust. All right, let's see. Yeah, still a day. So that will be interesting to see all those areas. What are we watching? What are we watching? Yeah, interesting. Yep. They keep repeating the same thing I said. It's close to half of the world population, and nearly half, which it's more than half of world producing countries. Fastest outstripping, alter ego G7. It really going to crush the G7, and we know the G7: Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, and United Kingdom and United States. So economy, population wise, we're talking about Canada, France, Germany, typically close. Italy, Japan. Japan maybe has a little bit higher population, but all these other countries are tops of 60. Let's see the yeah. So the G7 population is 27% global GDP, and 14% of the global growth, or the GDP growth in the past 10 years. Past 10 years, they're talking about 2012 to 2022. 0.8 billion, so fraction of one of those, fraction of India and fraction of China. Yeah, like I said, any of those countries, most of those countries are in the 80%. I think Japan is, United States, the highest population, which 316 million, followed by Japan 127 million, followed by Germany 81 million. France is 65 million, Italy is 58.8 million, and United Kingdom is 67 million. So none of those countries are close to 100 million, other than the top two countries that I mentioned. We see big difference. Now, if we compare like we said, population about 800 million. That's the G7, which is 10% of world population. 10% of world population, which decides. Ironically, that was deciding for 100% of the world decisions, economic decisions. Now, BRICS is 27%, as it is right now with the 5 countries that we mentioned. That's Brazil, Russia, India, and China. 4 countries, and South Africa. Those countries at 27%. Forget about the rest that they just added. 27% of world population. It counts 25% of the world GDP. Right? So, we'll see next year when 6 new countries are admitted. 6 new countries into that list. Right? Population wise, we're talking about China 140 100 1,440,000,000 people. We're talking about India 1,390,000,000. We're talking about Brazil 214 million. We're talking about Russia. Oh my goodness. As it is right now, there's only one country that's under 100 million. The BRICS. And I don't even, they are in India, they are in Iran, they are in Saudi Arabia, they are in Ethiopia, they are in Egypt. Oh my goodness. They are in Argentina. What I know is Egypt, Iran, and Ethiopia are all above the 100 million population. Let's see. I'll be surprised if any of those countries are less than 100 million. Let's see. So Ethiopia is 120 million. And the only country that I'm not sure is Iran is 87. My bad. 87 million. We're talking about Saudi Arabia, KSA. Saudi Arabia is 35 million, about 36 million. Yeah, so this would be unprecedented success for these countries. Anyways, that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Please share this video. If you're watching, please subscribe and join me for the next live stream. We'll be talking about these things every single day. Love you from all of you watching from YouTube. And yeah, I will be live streaming otherwise on TikTok.